won't even let me see my uniform. Fuck it.
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready! 50, plant! Gone! Watch the screen!
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, lock it.
Slam. Hatch it. Kill.
Fan. Ready.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. Pulled in at the 24. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for James Conner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, here we go.
Under 10. Under 10.
On second down now, it's Connor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally wrestled down at the 11. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 11. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
Ready? Pittsburgh. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
They'll look to run with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back. Out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Get it.
Jones. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah,
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch 54. Check.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Sponge. No.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Right there. Baby.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Keep it up. Check it back.
6-0 our score after 1.
Ready? 49. Mike's 49. Hey. Let's go. 49.
On second down, Connor looking for space. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Hey, if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. He'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
Go, run.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
You're out. Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 26.
Go. Now.
On second down, it's Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Hot. He's coming. Double up.
61.
Now Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's the 2nd and 7. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go. One.
Ready.
98 to Mike.
Big grip.
Back to throw here.
I'm all over you.
Yeah, he's got it. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Connor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 2nd and 6. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Mario Addison able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
It's complete to Diggs. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Switch. Check. Squeeze. Fresno. Watch that.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Check curls. Watch the shift.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
A gain of 6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted?
Let's go, boys.
The side judge says it went out just across midfield. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Conner on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
58, Mike. I got you.
Here's 2nd and 8. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're trying a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, a run with Connor. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
He's checking.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Aaron Jones, 75 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Defensively that time. They were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A gain of 3, second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll go again to Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go.
On first down, it's Jones. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face a third down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 98 for Mike. They can't hang with us.
He'll drop to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Here I come. Here I come. Gone. Hey, alert 3, alert. Ready.
They'll run it with Jones. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First and 10 at the
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go. Big grip.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to...
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and 11. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Tight right. Hey. 4 down. Check three.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get your swerve on.
They run the counter. Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Big stop, Pete. Let's go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Baby. Let's go.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Watch twist. Hey, switch gears. 6 guys. Check 6. Hit it.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Set 90 Wolf. Get that quarterback at all costs. 25. Check 25.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Diggs has it. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Check 3. Look at me. Zipper. Mike's 5'4". All day, dog.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Hauschka's kick is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
General West. Come up the ball. Kill. Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Ready.
They'll go with Jones.
Come on. Let's go, baby.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit, but they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.